stacking all this cake, but it ain't enough to save us. Sipping all this drink, saying shit.
Sing it like
okay, so hey y'all. Okay, just checking. So because I've tried to record this video so many different times and it did not work out, so we came back a whole nother day and holding by thread. The tatties is holding it down, so we're gonna give this another try. Okay, we're gonna come back and we're gonna try this again. Whole new setup, all the good stuff, whole new, you know, I'm at my desk right now, so like in my living room I set up me a little desk or whatever. I'm telling y'all, I'm gonna get y'all a whole little I'm gonna do an apartment tour. Not today, not this video, my next video. I might go ahead and record it, same video, so you might see the same appearance, but because I'm trying to get on top of my recordings and posting more videos and such and such and such and such and carry on and so forth. Okay, you feel me? So right now I'm at my desk. Got me a whole little desk set up since I'm still working from home, and my job is pretty much saying like we still gonna be working from home till like September, and that's gonna be on a like that's gonna pretty much be on a like if you feeling up to it kind of situation in September. So it ain't really no telling when I'm gonna go back to the office. So got me a whole little desk set up. I can't wait to show y'all my little apartment, whatever. It's kind of cute if you see the little flickering on the lights. I got lights on my patio situation, but it's still bright outside, so it look kind of weird, but you can still kind of see it though. But yeah, so anywho, hey y'all, it's Crissy Shay. I am finally coming with another video to you guys. I really want to come up with a whole new like introduction saying, because I don't want to do the typical YouTuber, it's your girl, da 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 da, back with another video, da 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 da, you know, typical stuff. I'm trying to be unique with my channel. Okay, I'm trying to be different, I'm trying to be unique, I'm trying to switch it up and give it a little razzle dazzle. So I ain't figured that out yet, but I'm coming back with it, you feel me? Okay, anywho, so yes, the video that I'm coming with today is I'm going to do my story time on when my ex tried to kill me. Yes, he tried to take your girl out, and I'm going to include a couple of photos of some of my injuries and how my car, my beautiful 2015 Chevy Cruze, was totaled and I was hurt. Okay, that was my first brand new no miles car. When I drove off the lot with that car in 2015, she had 4 miles. Okay, now this happened in 2017, so by this time yeah, I had already had the car for 2 years. But so she wasn't brand new. She only had like 30,000 miles on it though, but that was still my baby. That, you know, she had to work, she had the sunroof, she had everything. Anywho, let's get into the story, shall we? Okay, so this how, well, I want to start off at, so if I tell y'all like the beginning to end, it's gonna be a long story. So I'm gonna start off first. Okay, this is how I met him. We went to high school together. I didn't know him in high school, but apparently he saw me. I was one of his crushes in high school. He was younger than me. Red flag, but you know, whatever. And when you're an adult, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt. He was younger than me, so he said he knew me my senior year, and he was a sophomore my senior year. So like he said he would see me all the time because one of the classes that we had, well, on one of the classes that I had, he had the same class, well, the same teacher. So when I was coming out of class, he was coming in, so he would see me all the time. I didn't notice him, but I mean, it is what it is. I was pretty antisocial, though I knew everybody. Like, I knew a lot of people, but I was still kind of antisocial, so I didn't talk to a whole lot of people. So that's how we met. Years later, I want to say So this was, I met him in 2016. This was 2016. 2016, he hits me up on Facebook. We chatted up for a little bit. You know, we went to the same high school, so of course he lives down the street. This is after my whole separation and everything. I was kind of just like, whatever, test the water, because I had been in a relationship for the past 5 years, so whatever, we could test the waters, we could see what's up. Really wasn't looking for nothing because I was still going through the whole separation, getting divorced, getting used to not being with my ex-husband type of stuff, so it wasn't too much of a thing for me. But yes, so he hit me up on Facebook, we chopped it up a little bit, we ended up talking on the phone a little bit. He was like, pull up, let me see you in person, let's chit chat. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I pull up to his crib, we chit chat, you know, a little more. He acting all shy. I'm like, oh, that's cute, you shy because you finally get to talk to your high school crush or whatever. That's cute. Aw. Long story short, we end up like talking, like we end up talking for a good minute. We end up like, I don't want to say actually get into a relationship, because we didn't really get into a relationship, but we ended up like getting real close. We was really dating. Then we got to the point of us getting physical or whatever. We started getting physical. Let's say I want to say this was like, I can't really tell you around when. I want to say it was like September, October, somewhere around there. Nah, I take that back. This was December. This was December of 2016. Was it December of 2016? Yes, this was December of 2016. December of 2016, me and him got into a big argument. Okay, we got to a big argument. Argument got so big, I ended up being called all types of B's and hoes, and you doing, you know, you doing penises and whatnot, and it just got bad. And like it slightly got a little physical, because I kept trying to get him out my crib. I'm like, you're not finna sit up in my crib, because he was at my house, he was at my apartment. You're not finna sit in my house, disrespect me, and think shit is sweet, because it's not. You feel me? So it get out of hand, like to the point where I called the police and everything. They ain't come. I don't know, they never came, but it got out of pocket, because first of all, the only way he was able to get out there is me. He didn't have a car, so I was like, me and him lived like 50 minutes apart, like not even, yeah, it was like 45-50 minutes apart by street. Like I would have to took him home. I'm like, you're not gonna disrespect me and think I'm gonna take him home. I'm not gonna do it. It's not happening. So I didn't do it. So I told him, get out my house. I don't care how you figure out how you get home. You do you. And he like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere. You gonna take me home or I ain't going. I'm like, you got me effed up, because I'm not doing it. No, baby, what? It's not gonna happen. It's not going down like you think it's going to go down, because what? So, excuse me. So he ended up like breaking shit in my house. He like broke some blinds, he was throwing stuff. I'm like, oh no, bro gotta go. Like he tweaked out. This is the first time I really saw him like snap out like this. So I'm like, oh no, I'm good on you. Like I don't do them type of tempers. I don't do that disrespect. Like we can either talk about this like adults and then go our separate ways, or but there's no like, I don't do that rah-rah, fight you, beat you up. Like I'm not one of them chicks. I'm not one of them type of chicks that get rowdy and be ready to fight and cut you and destroy property. I ain't got time for all that. That happens. We end up like what happened? What ended up happening? So what ended up happening was I ended up calling him an Uber, but he wouldn't go. He wouldn't take the Uber, so I had to pay like, I paid like $5 for the Uber to come and leave, because he wouldn't go get in the Uber, because he wanted, all of a sudden now it was, baby don't leave me, baby don't like begging to stay with me or whatever. And I'm like, nah bro, nah, I'm good. So somehow, I don't know what I was thinking, but I ended up letting him stay the night and then getting him an Uber in the morning. Not to mention, let me tell y'all what this little F-boy did. So he gives me $80 to go towards the blinds that he broke in my apartment so I could replace them. He gives me it that night. The next morning he dips off. I check my wallet. Shorty just stole the $80 he gave me. I'm like, you's a whole fuck boy for that. You was a whole fuck boy for that. How you gonna give me the money and then steal it back from me? Like, you was a whole fuck boy for that. So after that, we ended up stopped talking for like 2 months. Yeah, after that we stopped talking for like 2 months. I ended up hitting him up for his birthday because his birthday was in February. So come February, I'm like, you know, whatever, happy birthday, hope you enjoy him. He like, oh, I didn't think he was gonna hit me up, da 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 da. We ended up just chit-chatting a little more, end up talking back to each other or whatever, getting back physical, you know, whatever. We never really got back into a relationship, or like to that point where I told him there was no title. We can do us because I wasn't doing us with nobody else, but I didn't want no title with him because I didn't like his temper. His temper was just too much for me. It was getting too out of hand. So I know I'm looking at myself the entire time. I don't even know why I'm not looking at the, I'm sorry y'all, I gotta get used to this, because before I was recording on my phone, now I'm recording on an actual Canon, and I gotta get used to not looking at myself and look at the lens. My bad. Yeah, so what happened? So yeah, we end up continuing to be physical but not actually in a relationship. Some months go by. We're gonna skip ahead. So some months go by, we talking or whatever, we doing us, we physical, whatever, but we not in a relationship. Come August, I'm like, you know what, I actually want a relationship, and I can't be in a relationship with, you know, I can't get to know a guy and be in a relationship with somebody else if I'm over here being physical with you. So I'm gonna have to cut this off. Like, we should just go our separate ways. We shouldn't talk no more. He like, whatever, you know, he act like he was cool with the situation. So I just cut it all off altogether. I'm like, we good, we're gonna go our separate ways. That was a Saturday. So come that following Monday, I end up meeting a guy. Like, he hits me up on Facebook. He's been hitting me up on Facebook, but I've been ignoring him. So he hits me up on Facebook once more. We chit chat. I'm gonna get his guy name. So we gonna call him, what we gonna call him? What was I saying? Yeah, so following Monday, met this guy. He hit me up on Facebook. We gonna call him, Nico. That's what we're gonna call him. We're gonna call him Nico. So I met this guy. His name, Nico. Me and Nico started talking the Monday after me and dude like cut everything off. We're gonna call dude Jeans. I ain't gonna tell you why we're gonna call him Jeans. We're just gonna call him Jeans. My ex, we're gonna call him Jeans. We're gonna call the new guy Nico. So me and Nico hit we hit it off instantly. We FaceTiming every day, talking on the phone every day, texting all day. Like, that became bae real quick, okay? So we finally decided, okay, we're gonna meet up and go on our first date the following Saturday after we met. So at this point, we didn't talk the whole week, back and forth all day, every day, texting at work, all that. So Saturday comes. Now at this time, I'm working for Comcast and I work on Saturdays, but Saturday comes. Let me show you how crazy this stuff is. So first of all, the Friday before our date, I'm coming home from work. I get into a hit and run accident in my car. Hit and run accident. Shorty came out in front of me. I smacked a little bit the back of their car because they came out in front of me, and I had to hurry up and like swoop around. So the front side of my car hit the back of their car, and they kept driving. And I'm just like, the fuck. So at this time, I ain't had no insurance. I can say this now because the court date is over with. It's been over with. So at this time, I didn't have any insurance. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Dude ran off anyway. My car looked bad, but it was still drivable. Like, the only thing that really happened is like it broke my light. So I was gonna have to come out of pocket like $2,000-$3,000 for my light to get fixed. But the light still worked. It's just that side of my car was cracked open. I don't have any pictures of the front side of my car from that point. But it forced me to just go ahead and get some insurance. So that same night I went ahead and got insurance in my car. So, but because of this little accident, like I was kind of freaked out. I was kind of like, you know, my head was all over the place a little bit. So I ended up taking off work that Saturday. I called my manager. My manager was the coolest person ever. She's still my, like, one of my good friends. Like, she still invite me to her parties, and this was back in 2017. No, yeah, this was back in 2017. No, I'm sorry, this was back in 2018. Yeah, this was back in 2018. So was it 2018? No, it was back in 2017. It was 2017. I'm sorry, y'all. 2017. So yeah, so I called my manager up. I'm like, I got into a car accident last night. You know, I'm a little sore. I was a little sore and everything, so I won't be in. So I ended up not going to work. But I ended up getting insurance. Geico, I'll rock with y'all for this. I'll rock with Geico for this, because y'all can find out. Anywho, so I ended up not going to work. I kicked it most of the day. I kicked it at the crib most of the day, and then me and my best friend, shout out to Bestie, we ended up going to see a movie. He was like, come on, let me get you out the house. You know, I know you a little messed up in the head. He's a silly person, so like he'll do anything to make you laugh in a bad situation. He's a totally different type of individual, but I love him. That's my nigga. That's my boy. But I'm gonna tell a story time on him too. Don't even trip. I'm gonna tell y'all a story time on him too. But that's still my best friend. But so yeah, I ended up like kicking it the rest of the day, blah blah blah. So but that Saturday was the day me and Nico were going out on a date. So that night we ended up still going out. I still ended up driving my car, because like I said, my car was drivable, wasn't nothing hanging off of it. It was just like the light was kind of cracked open, but it still worked. So my light wasn't out, it was just cracked open. So what happened was, he ends up taking the train out by me, out by my house, and then I picked him up from the train station. Okay, so we end up going to Buffalo Wild Wings out by my house, out by the train station or whatever. We go to Buffalo Wild Wings, we hitting it off, everything is all good, you know what I'm saying? He was looking all fresh and whatnot. The cut was okay, you know, he was a little chocolate drop or whatever, and you know, he was looking mighty fresh, and I was like, okay boo, you know what I'm saying? I had my little head down or whatever, I had the little flip going, so you know, the girl could, you know, whatever. I'm gonna show y'all how I kind of looked at that night. I'm gonna show y'all the befores or whatever. I'm gonna put the pictures in right there. See, the girl was looking cute. Okay, the girl was looking cute. All right, yes honey. So everything was all good, and all of a sudden I started getting text messages. He like, what's up, like what you doing? I really wonder what you would be doing if you was at my crib right now, you know, just trying to rekindle stuff that I had already said. We're gonna dead the situation. We're gonna dead the situation. But he was still going. So instead of me falling for the okie doke, I'm like, why would you be thinking that? Like, I'm good. So he cops the attitude. He like, you know what, I'm gonna just leave you alone, because it's funny how you doing me, you acting funny, you da 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 da. And I'm just like, but I told you what was up. Like, I was for real. I'm dead ass. Like, I don't want to continue on with this, because I do want to get in a relationship, but I can't see a relationship with you because your attitude, your temper is too bad for me, and I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm really not. So he like, so he steady texting, and at this point I started responding, because he was making me uncomfortable, and me, like the way I was reacting to stuff, like my vibe was making Nikos uncomfortable. Like he's a Scorpio, so you know them vibes, they be getting them vibes, okay, just like us Virgos, but then he's a Scorpio, so he'll catch the vibe and then be like, you know what, I don't feel right, like I'm gonna get up out of here. And I'm like, no, we're good, I'm gonna stop responding to dude, whatever. I told him the situation, but I told him I'm gonna stop responding to him. So the last thing that I read, so me and Nikos, I'm gonna put it this way, me and Nikos leave Buffalo Wild Wings or whatever. We leave Buffalo Wild Wings, we finna get ready to go to the show, but I'm like, okay, I get cold in the movie, so let's stop at my crib. I'm gonna stop in, run in and grab me a blanket, grab my movie blanket, because I got me a movie blanket. I always keep me a movie blanket, okay? I'm gonna run in, I'm gonna grab my movie blanket, and then we can head to the movies. So we pull up to my house, and I run in, I grab my movie blanket, but instead of us going to the show, we just sat outside and were like in the car and just talked in front of my house. We was talking for a little bit. He, like I said, he was feeling the vibe that something was off, and it just wasn't feeling right. Like the vibe had, the mode had changed because dude was kind of tweaking me out. So at this point, he texts me like, if it was another nigga, all you had to do was say so. And I'm just like, okay, think what you want to think. I don't really care. Like, that ain't got shit to do with it. I mean, it does, but it don't. Like, I'm telling you, I don't want to be with you because I'm looking for a relationship. That's just what it is. I'm being honest with you. I'm being 100% honest with you. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I just stopped responding. I stopped responding to him because he was throwing me off and it was throwing Nico's off. So at this point, it's August, like I said. So we in the car, we getting bit up by mosquitoes. So we just like, you know what? We ain't going to the show, but let's go drive around. Let's go do something, because sitting in one spot is getting us ate up. So we decided to pull off. We pull off from my house and start going down the street. Like, I'm just driving at this point. I'm like, you know what? Let's go to Walmart, because I had a few things I needed to grab anyway, and we could just walk around and talk and, you know, rekindle the vibe or whatever. He like, all right, cool, let's go ahead and go. So we start heading down the street towards the Walmart. By my house, there's lots of ways to get to Walmart, but the street that I was on, there was the street that goes directly to Walmart, but it was like a 2-lane street. Like, you got one lane going one way, one lane going the other way. So we started driving down that street towards Walmart. All of a sudden, this black car pulls up on the side of me going down the wrong way. So I'm going down this way. The lane is supposed to be going the opposite direction, but he's on the side of me going down the wrong way. He pulled up on the side of me like, B, you bogus as hell, da 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 da. How you gonna do me like that? You bogus as hell. And I'm like, who the hell? It's dark, mind y'all. It's like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock at night, or in the morning. So I don't know what the hell going on. I'm just like, what? I'm like, who in the hell? But then when he pulls up a little bit further, I see that it's Gene's car. So I'm like, guys, his car is, he had a freaking, at this time, he had an all black 2002 Chevy Cavalier. So, like, you know what a Cavalier look like. These little bitty 2-door cars, you know what it look like. So he pulls up and jumps in front of me, and then starts like hitting his brakes so that I would like stop or hit him. So I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, this is my ex. And when I was telling him about it, he was like, bro, tweaking. I'm like, he's definitely tweaking. So I'm like, okay, you know what? So I'm like, all right. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just go back to the crib. I don't want no shit to go down. I'm gonna just go back to the crib. Because I always kept in the back of my head that this dude has a freaking gun. I don't think he would ever actually use it, but he does. And the last thing I want on my conscience is him shooting me or somebody he don't even know. And the person I just met, this is like my first day meeting them in person, our first date. Like, you ain't got nothing to do with this. So if he shot you, that would make me feel bad. So I'm like, let me get us up out of here. Let me go back to my crib. So I busted you real quick. I'm hitting down the other way. I'm trying to go back to my crib. So he's steady like swerving in and out, trying to get me to stop, almost hitting my car. I'm like, I'm pulling up on the side in the grass and on heels and stuff, trying to get away from him because he's steady trying to hit my car. I'm like, what the fuck? He like, bro, no, stop the car. Let me get out. Let me talk to him. I'm like, no, because you gonna beat like, Nico he wasn't swole, but Nico kind of cocky. He kind of thick, and he a West Side dude. If you from Chicago, you know what I mean. When I say he a West Side dude, they don't play them games. Like, it ain't none of that. He was gonna put hands on freaking Jeans, and Jeans was not about that life. Like, don't get me wrong, Jeans was from Harvey, but he wasn't one of them hard niggas. He wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? He got that mouth. But when it came down to it, I already know if Nikos put them hands on him, Nikos was gonna put them hands on him. Nikos was gonna rock his behind. And I'm like, no, please, because he was already like Jeans and Nikos was two different type of dudes. Nikos was like real cocky, real, you know, real thick. He was solid. Like, Nikos was solid. Jeans was kind of tall and lanky. He was skinny. Like, he didn't really have no muscle. He was just kind of tall and lanky with dreads. Like, you know, I got a thing for dreads heads. Y'all, to be honest with you, I don't even know why I talked to James. James was not even really my type of dude. He was completely different than what I was used to. And he wasn't even my type of dude, but I ended up just like really liking him until he started tweaking on me a little too much. So, so at that point, Nico like, nah, pull over, let me talk to him. I'm like, no, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna just get us out of here. I'm gonna get us back to my crib. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for none of this to happen. I'm so sorry. So then I'm trying to get away from this nigga. So I start hitting it down the street. I'm like, okay, my car newer than his. I got a little more, you know, I got a little more oomph than his little 2002 putt-putt. That's what it was. His car was raggedy. I'm sorry. It was a little putt-putt. But so I start hitting it. I'm hitting like 90 down this one-way street, bro. I'm hitting like 90 down this street. Nico's like, slow down, bro. Slow down. You going too fast. So I'm like, all right, I'm finna slow down. Dude was chasing me. So he was staying up on me. So as soon as I hit the brake, before I could even get low, Jeans hit the front of my car, smacks the front of my car with the back of his car. My car goes flying into a freaking ditch and smacks into a tree, bro. When I say I went into a full-blown panic, like all I remember before I hit the tree is he smacks the front of my car drifts off. The first thing I remember seeing when I opened my eyes is grass, like a whole lot of grass or greenery, and it was just like boof. And when I came back, all my airbags was out. My first reaction was, oh my God, like I literally panicked. I went into a full-blown panic, like, oh my God, like full-blown panic, like crazy. So I look over at Nico. He's alive. His eyes are open, but he's completely blacked out. He don't know what the hell is going on. Like his eyes are open, he's just looking around. Like, I'm like, oh no. So okay, so I went into a panic. So once you panic, everything wrong at that point. So I started like, okay, so you know that little airbag smoke that comes out once the airbags come out. I thought the car was on fire. So I'm like, oh my God, the car is smoking. Please get out the car, please get out the car. He's still sitting there like he's in a daze. He is in a complete daze. He don't know what the hell is going on. I'm like, the car is smoking, the car is smoking, please get out the car. So I grab my phone, I open the door, and I crawl out. Like we're literally in a ditch. So I had to like climb up. I got on one shoe, my ears busted open. Pictures. Both my legs is like swollen, like they bruised up, swollen. My knee is busted open. I'm bleeding. All this is scraped up. I get out the car. I'm in a full-blown panic. So Jeans, his car goes into the same ditch, but it doesn't hit anything. So he climbs up out the car. He good. He climbs out the car. He comes up to me. He start pushing me and shit, talking about, how you gonna do me like that? How you gonna do me like? And I'm like, bro, Jeans, get the fuck away from me. What's wrong with you? He yelling at Nico's, talking about, bro, is you after her? Is you after her? This Nico's ain't even got out the car yet. He ain't said nothing. He's still in the daze. This man is blacked out. His eyes is open, but he's blacked out. He don't know what the hell is going on. I'm like, oh my God, I'm crying, I'm hysterical. I'm just like, get away from me, you crazy, you just tried to kill me, what's wrong with you? So then this car pulls up and see us, you know, both cars in a ditch. I'm hollering and screaming and crying. He pushing me and shit. So this couple gets out the car. They're like, what happened? I'm like, he just hit my car. He just tried to kill me. Da 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 da. I'm like, man, nah, this is not where it's at. So the lady's like, calm down, because he's still walking back and forth. He's still here. We don't want to set him off. Call the police. So I call the police. I tell them exactly where we at. And then I call my daddy. I'm like, daddy, I just got into a car accident. Jeans just tried to kill me. Da 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 da. He's still up here. I'm crying. I'm hysterical. So my daddy like, what? So Pops pull up. You know what I'm saying? He pull up with the heat. But by the time he pulled up, police already there. So he had to leave the heat in the car. But if the police weren't there before my daddy got there, he'd have been done. So Nico's finally comes to. He in the car, like, he basically yelling. He like, ugh. Like by this time the ambulance is there. He kind of yelling like in pain. I'm hysterical. I'm like, oh my God, he hurt. Oh my God, like I was hysterical, bro. I was like crying. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. He hurt. So the police come, the ambulance is there. They trying to get Nikos out the car because he has dislocated his shoulder. So they got to be real careful on how they move him. He dislocated his shoulder. He hit his head. like to the point where for 2 hours he did not know who I was. He didn't remember anything that happened that day besides everything before me. Like he had short-term memory loss for like 2 hours. And in his head he thought he did this. He was like, did I do this? Was I drinking? I'm like, no babe, all you had was a Sprite. You didn't drink, you didn't do this. I'm so sorry. He was able to give me his mama number so I could call his mama and call his mom and his family and tell them what's up and where we was at. But he was like we was together, like I know you. I'm like, yeah babe, we was on a date. And he was like, okay, I do kind of remember that. You sure I didn't do this? Like he was out of it, and I felt so bad. I felt so bad. So then the police had asked me everything that happened. I gave them my statement or whatever. I told them everything that happened. This jackass tried to blame it on me instead I was chasing him. But you could tell by how the cars were who was chasing who and what was going on. Like there was no possible way. He was already on the wrong side of the street. So you could really tell, like, so I gave him all the details or whatever. He was like, yeah, he's blaming it on you, but we could tell he's lying, this, that, and the third. Like we could tell how the cars are, we could tell this, and his story's not adding up, and this and that. Like he literally he was a liar. I knew he was a liar from the beginning, so I wasn't surprised that he tried to lie on me and say it was me. But I also had the text messages from him, you know, him coming for me and whatever. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So after all that happened, me and Nikos ended up going to the hospital. They checked me out. They gave me an ultrasound, make sure none of my organs was internally bleeding. He had to get his shoulder popped back into place. He finally started to remember some stuff and remember what was going on, and he whatever. So when they released me from the hospital, I went into the room to see him. This crazy boy, he's crazy too, but I love him, but he's crazy too. He like, damn, you fine. This man got a whole neck brace on, and all he can talk about is me being fine and how beautiful I am. When I walked in the room, looking a hot mess, okay? Looking a hot mess. Hair was all over my head. Looking a hot mess, but he kept talking about how beautiful I was, and he couldn't believe that I was there for him. And I'm like, you so crazy. You crazy. You know that, right? But I appreciate you. But yeah, so then all that, and we ended up having to go to court for that situation for like a year. Like we literally went to court for a year for that situation before everything just panned out. And the crazy part is, dude didn't get no time. That was damn near attempted murder, and he get no time. But at that point I was like, you know what, I don't even care what happens to him. I just don't want him near me. Like as long as he stays away from me, I'm cool. I don't fucking care. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. So they gave him like hella hours of community service, and I was just like, do what y'all do, just leave me the fuck alone. I don't want to keep going to court for this shit, because at that point I was already going to court for my divorce and child support. So I was going to court like twice a month for 2 different situations. I'm like, at this point I am over it. I am done. I don't want no parts. Do what y'all gonna do. This has been a whole year and y'all ain't did shit. Do what y'all gonna do. Leave me the fuck alone. I don't want no parts. It is what it is. Do what y'all gonna do with him, but I don't care. So I let them do what they was gonna do, and I took off. But I've talked to Jeans one time since that, and dude feels like he has no reason to be sorry for his situation. He feels no reason to be sorry, because he says, I knew that he wasn't intentionally trying to kill me. He just so happened to hit my car. He was just trying to get me to stop, so he wasn't sorry. I'm like, you was a toxic ass person. Like, you're toxic as fuck. Like, you really are. I'm like, you could have taken my life. You could have taken this dude's life who had nothing to do with it. You could have taken me from my child, and you feel like you have no reason to be sorry. Never apologize. Alright, it is what it is. I don't want no parts with no crazy ass person like that anyway, so whatever. And it's crazy, like the saying is, I think it's how I go, but it's like you don't know how strong you are until you have to forgive a person who isn't sorry. And yes, that is one true ass statement, because like, he was not sorry at all. But you know what, it is what it is. I forgive him. I just don't want no parts of his toxicity. Okay. But yeah, and that is my story. Me and Nikos are still cool to this day. We check in with each other from time to time. He ended up being a little crazy himself, but that's another story for another day. But that's still my boo or whatever. We still cool, although I got a whole man now, so it ain't like that, but we still check in. He got a whole girlfriend too, but we still check in from time to time. Matter of fact, I think he texted me today and checked in with me, talking about he missed my little face. You don't miss my little face. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, that's my story, y'all. That's the time my ex tried to kill me. That was like the craziest thing I've ever been through. Like the craziest thing I ever had to go through. It was crazy. Like for real, it kind of messed with my mental after that. I was a little like I definitely had some PTSD. I think that's what that is. PTSD. Yeah, I definitely had some PTSD after that little situation. And then it didn't help that at that time, like after all of it had happened, not only was I like afraid to go outside, because literally the day after it happened, once I got back to the crib from the hospital, somebody pulls up to my house and they just sitting outside the front of my house. The only reason why I know is my little brother and his friend was sitting in front of the crib, and somebody pulled up directly in front of my house at night, rolled down their windows a little bit, and just sat in front of my crib for like they was literally staking out my house shortly after that happened. So I'm like, I don't know if dude like really on some crazy shit and like he trying to come finish the job. So I was a little afraid to go outside after that. And then on top of that, like because what had happened to Nico's, he was bedridden for a while, so it was like he became real clingy, real attached to me. Like, why you ain't calling me, why you ain't texting me, why you ain't, like, you know, he wanted me to give him all of my attention. And I'm like, bro, I'm mentally unstable right now. You got to give me a little time too. Like, he's so skeptical though. He's so skeptical to the point where he thought all that was a setup. Like, me and Jeans was doing that to set him up. And I'm like, set you up for what though? Like, it was my car we were in. What am I setting you up for? I didn't even know you like that to set you up. So it's like, what am I setting you up for? You didn't get robbed. It was my car that got totaled. In what way would I have been trying to set you up? But because I wasn't talking to him like that, he thought I was talking to Jeans, and it was a setup. And I'm like, no, honey, no. I'm mentally, like, I'm mentally struggling right now, and I think I really just need you to just give me some time. Like, you know, a guy who claimed he loved me and wanted to spend the rest of his life with me just tried to kill me and almost took your life when you had nothing to do with it. Like, that will mentally mess you up, and I am mentally messed up right now. Like, I was going through a depression, and you know, not only that, I'm thinking to myself, one, what if my baby was in the car? I got a whole child. What if she was in the car? What if I died and I left her behind? Like, this type of stuff right there that kind of like messes with you. But yeah, it was some mess, honey. It was definitely some mess. I'm glad I got through it. I don't ever want to go through that type of thing again. My man now is not crazy at all, and he got his issues like anybody else, but he's not crazy. But yeah, that was my story. If y'all got some questions, comment below. Holla at your girl. Hope you enjoyed my story time and it wasn't all over the place. And I will see y'all in the next video, which is hopefully my apartment tour.